So as made popular in a 2008 blog post by Kevin Kelly, the 1000 True Fan theory came into existence and permeated the music industry, as well as the hearts and mind of many of those just starting out on their musical journey. I'm going to give you the 3 principles that you need to be following in order to make this work within your musical career. If you're not already familiar with the 1000 True Fan methodology, the theory states that if you have 1000 true fans, each of those true fans pays you $100, then you have now made $100,000, well enough to live off of in pretty much anywhere in the US. And so if you have that 1,000 true fans, as long as you're making $100 per year off each of those fans, then you're able to sustain a career long term with a small amount of people. So it's not necessarily as hard as you may think in order to make a living off of music or really any industry. So before we get to the actual principles that you need to be following to make this methodology work, we're going to talk about a couple assumptions that you may make that you need to reconsider when we're talking about the 1,000 true fan theory. The first one is that you can't count revenue as your goal. You have to count profit. For example, if you sell somebody a t-shirt, you sell it for $20, you paid $10 to have that shirt manufactured as an artist, therefore your profit is only $10. This may seem common sense, but remember, you actually need to profit $100 per person, not just have $100 in revenue per person. The other assumption is that every fan is the same. That is not correct. Every fan is not the same. For example, the top 50 fans that you have of that 1,000 fans that are already super fans will support you more than the rest of the 950 fans within that group. And then also you have a tail of fans that are not part of your 1,000 diehard true fans. However, will still mean some revenue for you. They'll go to your shows sometimes and they'll still buy t-shirts at times. They may buy an album or two. They will stream your songs on Spotify. And so they won't necessarily mean $100 of profit or revenue per year, but they will still represent something to you throughout the years. Okay, so now we've established what the 1,000 True Fan methodology is and a couple assumptions about it that we need to keep in mind. Let's talk about the 3 principles that you need to be following in order to make this a reality within your career and make this work for you long term. Principle 1 is you need to be able to have a way to contact your fans on your terms. You can't trust social media because what if your social media platform of choice dies tomorrow or dies next year? All of a sudden you've lost your followers. They probably won't follow you to the next social media platform. And then you've just lost everything that you've built over the years. So I highly recommend every artist, whether you're a band or just a single artist, no matter what stage of your career you're at, is build an email list so you can contact your fans without having to pay somebody else to contact them for you. This way you can contact them regularly on your terms without having to pay for ads, and then also you'll be able to nurture that relationship long term, and they will tend to stick with you long term as well. Also, studies have shown that people buy from email a lot more than they will from any other avenue, such as social media ads. And so that can also lead to further benefits for you as an artist. All right, so the principle number 2 is be exciting, be eventful. So nobody that wants to follow somebody who's boring. It's popular to follow people who are popular. Make sure that you're doing stuff out of the ordinary. If you find a formula that works, stick with that formula, but then also do other things on the side that are out of the norm that you're taking risks on in order to be exciting and not the same as everybody else. People want novelty within the artists that they follow. Otherwise, why are you doing this? You're just like everybody else. That may seem harsh, but it's true. You're also an artist. You're creative. So just practice a little bit of creativity and come up with something. I know you can. Okay, third principle is give people the opportunity to follow you. Excuse me, Principle 3, give people an opportunity to support you in big ways. So those, again, we talked about the fans, that the top 50 fans out of that 1,000 fans that are supporting you. Make sure that you're giving them an opportunity to support you in big ways. When you're creating a Kickstarter for your next album or next project, make sure that you actually do Kickstarters. It's a no-brainer to support your production for your music. Make sure that you have upper echelons of $500 and $1,000 potentially of tiers that they can support you in that album. Make it worth it for them. Make it novel for them to be able to support you. But don't just cap your support at $50 because you feel like nobody's going to want to support you more. There is likely somebody who wants to support you more if you make it worth their time to do so. And so make sure that you're giving that as an opportunity in order to allow that fan to support you and stick with you long term, so that you can stay within your career making more music for them, and so then everybody wins. Another great way to create value for those top tier fans is create novel experiences. For example, being able to write a song for somebody. If they want a custom song made for their loved one for Valentine's Day, write them a song. And not only will that make them always follow you, ensure that they're a fan long term because they'll have that forever. Also, you can repurpose that material if you like it. You're going to be writing songs anyway, so you might as well get paid for it. And then also you can repurpose that material in future albums, depending on how you set it up. Again, the 3 principles is be able to communicate with your fans on your terms, be eventful, be exciting, don't be boring. The third is make sure that you give opportunity for your biggest fans to support you in big ways. So let me know which of these principles that you feel that you're lacking in your business, and put it down in the comments below. And then also let me know if there's any of these 3 principles that you want me to dive into more. Happy to get very tactical with you if you want. If you want to get some songs that stand out from the crowd, that sound professional, even if they were recorded at home, go to dinosaurdogstudio.com, and I can give you a free quote on either a mixing or mastering project. And thanks for watching.